All right, let's dive into something pretty fascinating, shall we? We're going to be talking about attraction, but like really getting into the nitty-gritty of what makes men fall head over heels.
We're going beyond the surface level here.
Yeah, totally. It's like we're handing you the decoder ring to male attraction. And our guidebook for this journey is Attraction Triggers by relationship expert Cameron Field.
Prepare to have those light bulb moments, those aha feelings.
Definitely. Oh, and speaking of interesting facts, did you know that in Switzerland it's actually illegal to own just one guinea pig?
Really? I did not know that.
It's true. Apparently, they think those little guys get too lonely.
Makes sense. I mean, even guinea pigs need a buddy. I guess it kind of speaks to our human need for connection, too, right?
Exactly. And Cameron argues that for men, that need for connection goes hand in hand with their sense of identity. He says that guys are attracted to women who, like, reinforce their desired self-image.
It's about feeling like the best version of themselves.
Like someone who amplifies their strengths.
Right. And a partner can either elevate that feeling or, well, kind of diminish it. Cameron actually gives this example from his high school days about a girl named Stephanie. Super popular, attractive, but he just wasn't drawn to her.
Because she didn't fit into how he saw himself.
Exactly. He didn't see her as someone who would enhance his own identity. So even though objectively she might have been considered a catch, it wasn't there for him.
That makes a lot of sense. We've all met people who, make us feel more confident, more capable, and then others who maybe bring us down a bit.
It's subtle, but it makes all the difference. But look, it's not just about boosting someone's ego, right? There's more to attraction than that. There's a deeper level at play. And that's where Cameron brings in this idea of pattern recognition.
Pattern recognition, like what do you mean?
He compares it to a seasoned quarterback in football or a doctor who's really good at their job, a specialist. These people excel because they can see patterns that others miss, and they use those patterns to make decisions.
So it's like they've got this sixth sense for spotting things.
Sort of. It's more like they've studied the game so well, they know what to look for, they recognize the tells. And in relationships, it's the same thing. Think about it. Ever had those recurring arguments with a partner?
Oh, tell me about it.
Right. It's like the same script playing out over and over.
But that's pattern recognition in action right there.
Exactly. You're recognizing a pattern. And once you see it, you can start to understand why it keeps happening. And then you can actually make different choices.
So you're not just stuck in that endless loop of arguing about the dishes or whatever.
You got it. You're not just reacting emotionally anymore. You're seeing the underlying structure, like the framework of the relationship. You're becoming a relationship detective.
I like that, a relationship detective. So then Cameron's saying that understanding these patterns is key to understanding attraction, right?
Exactly. And he's identified 3 key patterns that act as, like, powerful attraction triggers for men. Think of them as the secret sauce, if you will.
All right, let's hear them.
So, the first one revolves around happiness. It's the idea that happiness is fueled by progress. No matter how small, when we're moving towards a goal, we get this surge of happiness. Think about when you're playing a video game and you hit a new level.
Yeah, I get that. Like, even if it's a small victory, it feels good. It keeps you going.
Right. You feel motivated to keep playing, to achieve the next goal. It's addictive, almost.
So it's not just about the end goal, it's about all the small steps along the way.
Exactly. And that actually ties into the second pattern, which is all about men and their need for a mission. Cameron argues that guys thrive when they have these, like, concrete goals, objectives. They need something to conquer.
So like vague desires aren't enough?
Not really. I mean, making
Yeah.
you happy is a nice sentiment, but it's not exactly actionable, is it? Guys need something more tangible.
So they need a target, a bullseye to aim for.
Exactly. Cameron actually tells this funny story about the Amsterdam airport urinals that had fly decals in them, to help with aim. And apparently just adding that tiny little target significantly reduced splashback.
No way. Really?
It's true. It's amazing how even a small, focused goal can change behavior.
Wow, that's wild. So you're saying that giving a guy a specific task, even something small, taps into this drive to achieve.
Precisely. Now, that brings us to the third pattern, which is all about the, wait for it, hero instinct.
Ooh, the hero instinct. Tell me more.
This is the idea that men are deeply driven by this desire to be a provider, a protector. They want to be the hero.
Like those classic superhero movies, right?
Exactly. They see someone in need, and they jump into action, no hesitation. It's about using their strength to make a
It's
difference.
like a primal urge to step up and save the day.
In a way, yeah. And it's not just about physical strength. It can be about anything, emotional support, problem solving, whatever.
So how does this play out in a relationship then?
Well, Cameron suggests that by understanding a man's personal narrative, his story, and allowing him to meet your needs in a way that makes him feel like, well, a hero, you essentially unlock this deeper level of attraction.
So we're giving them the chance to be the hero in our story.
You got it. It's about tapping into that instinct in a way that feels authentic and meaningful.
This is getting pretty interesting. We're starting to peek behind the curtain of male attraction here.
We're just getting started.
All right, so we're back, and we're unpacking these 3 patterns that make men tick, romantically speaking at least. We've got the happiness pattern, man on a mission, and the hero instinct. Where do we even start?
Well, we know happiness feeds off progress, right? So instead of those big grand gestures, it's about those small everyday victories. Like imagine your partner's trying to learn a new language.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of waiting for him to become fluent, celebrate those little wins along the way, even if he's just learning a few new words each day.
Makes sense. It's like acknowledge the journey, not just the destination.
Precisely. It's about building momentum, that feeling of, I'm getting somewhere, no matter how small the step.
Hmm.
Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about the man on a mission thing. Remember, guys need those concrete objectives, those challenges to conquer.
Right, right. They need a clear target. It reminds me of something Cameron said about that 14-year-old girl who escaped a war-torn country.
Oh, powerful example.
He said we tend to feel more empathy when we can visualize a specific person struggling, rather than just thinking about, a huge abstract crisis.
It's true. If we feel powerless to help, our empathy kind of shuts down. And for men, this is especially true. They want to solve problems, but they need a problem to solve.
So instead of saying something vague like, you never helped around the house, it's better to be specific. Like, hey, can you load the dishwasher before work?
There you go. You've given him a mission, something he can accomplish.
He feels useful, and the dishwasher gets loaded. Everyone wins.
Exactly. Now that brings us to the hero instinct. Arguably the most, captivating pattern of the bunch.
I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
So the hero instinct is all about that deep-seated desire in men to be a provider, to be a protector. It's about stepping up, being there for the people they care about, making a real difference in their lives.
So they want to feel needed.
Needed, capable, valued, all of that. But doesn't that create, a lot of pressure to conform to some stereotype?
That's what I was thinking.
It's a valid concern. But look, the point isn't to force anyone into a box. It's about understanding this inherent drive and, well, using it to your advantage in a healthy way. Cameron talks a lot about the power of storytelling in all this. Like, think about why we get so invested in movies like, Ocean's 11.
Oh, great movie.
We're rooting for these guys even though they're technically criminals, right?
Oh, it's because we understand their motivations, their desire to protect their own, even if their methods are a little, shall we say, unconventional.
Right. We connect with them on a human level, and that's the key. In relationships, when you create space for a guy to step into that hero role, to help you overcome obstacles, to meet your needs, you tap into something pretty powerful.
So it's about finding that balance between being vulnerable and also empowering him.
Exactly. You communicate your needs, but you allow him to be the one to meet them.
He gets to be the hero, and you feel taken care of. Sounds like a pretty good recipe for attraction.
It's all about creating a dynamic where both people feel appreciated and, well, fulfilled.
All right, final round. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into attraction triggers.
We've gone from the theory to now the how-to part, how to actually put these patterns into practice.
Right. Let's start with the happiness pattern. How can we actually use this in our relationships to, well, spark more attraction?
Remember, it's all about progress, but not those huge leaps and bounds. It's those small, consistent steps forward. So let's say your partner's been wanting to learn a new language.
Yep.
Don't just wait for him to become fluent. Celebrate those little milestones along the way.
Like if he learns a few new phrases.
Exactly. Make him feel good about those small wins. It's about showing him that you recognize his efforts,
Makes him feel supported and appreciated. And that keeps him motivated.
Exactly. Okay, now on to the man on a mission principle. Remember, guys thrive on challenges, right? They need something to accomplish.
Right. Give him a quest.
Yeah.
So instead of those vague complaints like, I wish you were more romantic, we need to
Be specific. Give him a clear objective.
like, hey, can you surprise me with flowers on Friday?
Now you're talking. You've given him a mission, a deadline, and a way to show you he cares.
And it makes him feel good because he's succeeded in his mission.
He's the hero of the day. Which brings us, of course, to the hero instinct itself.
All right, the hero instinct. This one feels a little, I don't know, tricky.
It can be, but the key is authenticity. It's not about manipulating anyone. It's about creating opportunities for him to step into that role naturally.
So, like, instead of fixing that leaky faucet myself, I could ask for his help.
There you go.
Yeah.
And express genuine appreciation for his, handyman skills.
It's about letting him use his strengths to help you out.
And it makes him feel good, knowing that he's capable and that you rely on him. It strengthens the bond.
It's like a dance, right? You're both playing a part.
Exactly. And remember, none of this works if it's not genuine. Don't play games. Be honest about your needs and give him the space to meet them.
It's about working together to create a relationship where you both feel fulfilled.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So as we wrap up, think about your own experiences. What patterns have you noticed in your relationships?
Have you seen these triggers in action? And more importantly, how can you use this knowledge to create stronger, more meaningful connections?
It's all about understanding the psychology behind attraction and using that knowledge to build a love that lasts.
It's been a fascinating deep dive into the male mind. Before we go, as promised, here are 10 takeaways to remember. 1. Humans are social creatures, hardwired for connection. 2. Men are drawn to women who make them feel like the best versions of themselves. 3. Recognizing relationship patterns allows for better decisions. 4. Consistent progress, no matter how small, fuels happiness. 5. Men thrive on missions and goals. 6. Frame requests as specific missions. 7. The hero instinct drives men to provide and protect. 8. Storytelling activates the hero instinct. 9. Let him be your hero. Create those opportunities. And 10. Broach all of this with authenticity and respect. We hope this deep dive has given you some valuable insights.
And remember, lasting relationships are built on understanding, respect, and that shared commitment to growth. Good luck out there.